Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Vanilla Plus Survival. How you guys doing? I am just fine, and like I said, I'm getting back into recording this series, like I said in episode 51, so I have some free time right now, and I decided I want to start the next episode. I just edited episode 51 down, and I just got it rendered out, so I need to actually now upload it to YouTube, and it's a 128 gigabyte file, so that's going to take a very long time, but I'm excited for it. There was one issue in that video while I was going through editing. I accidentally turned my game sounds all the way up, which was a very bad idea, because every time I went to the nether portal, it caused a very, very loud and obnoxious noise, and you couldn't hear me talking. So that was kind of an issue. I tried in post to try and fix it, but that didn't. I did it. It worked a little bit, but it kind of was bad. But you probably saw the notes, so that is all that. I need to go back. I actually rendered 52, but I just remembered I forgot to add something. I don't know why I thought that sounded weird. That was weird. I forgot to add something, so I'm gonna have to put the file back in and find that part and edit it again. It won't be too hard because the whole video is already edited pretty much. I just have to add just one thing that I want to add to actually make the video a little bit differently. But we are starting off on the golden creeper today, which is very nice. And as you can see, I actually spawn-proofed the top without torches using golden pressure plates. I didn't notice that the golden pressure plate is a lot different from the actual block, as you can kind of see. No, it actually isn't. It kind of looked like that way for a second. It actually isn't. But yeah, I used 2 stacks of golden pressure plates to mob spawn this without using lights. So yeah, that's what I did off camera. And I think it looks better because now it's not too noticeable. The torches kind of threw it off a little bit. So that is something I did. I did a couple other things that I would like to mention before I get into this episode. I actually went around and bordered up the fences that were on grass. As you can see with some of these grass pieces, I have fixed that up a little bit. I wanted to do that change for a while, and I've actually cleared out some grass because I think we're going to do a little bit of work on this area right here to begin off the episode. I want to actually put in some more crops in this area, and in this area, and in this area. Don't know how far I'm going to go with that. I think I might only go up to here with that area and make all those crops, and then everything over there just make it not crops. I also got rid of all the torches on the ground and put carpets with jack-o'-lanterns underneath to do the lighting because torch spam looks pretty bad, and the carpets do a decent job. Not sure if I have gotten everything over here, to be honest, with regards to I haven't spawn-proofed it. There we go. That was a very bad wording right there. I don't know if everything's spawn-proof like this, so I have to just wait and see if anything spawns, because I really think they need to add the F7 feature and mod it into vanilla just to make sure everything is lit up and things like that, because it's very annoying when you can't see what's not lit up and what is. So that is one thing I would like to have, but yeah, that's the first thing we're going to be working on today, so I think I'm going to start doing that right now, and then I'll come back when I have a little bit of progress done on that. I just started off doing a little bit over here, as you can see, so this is what I'm kind of planning on doing. I already got the water in just to make sure the farmland does not turn to dirt after I do it, and yes, I did it. Because I'm rich. Yep, I did it, and I enchanted it. So this thing is never going to go away. You may think it's a waste of diamonds. I say it's not. Deal with it. So that is what we're going to do right there. I think I'm going to extend the wheat over to this area a little bit more. And then in this area, I think we'll put some beetroots all the way along here. And then for here, where I'm going to hold the rest of this land, think we're gonna extend carrots to a certain point right here, and then the rest of this is gonna be potatoes. So it's gonna be an interwoven carrot and potato, and I'm probably gonna make this like a little transition of there's gonna be like a little bit of carrots and a little bit of potatoes, and it's gonna be looking like it's merging as if it was planted that way, and there wasn't really like a hard line. It was just like, yeah, once you get to this point, start like planting a little bit potatoes and then a little less carrots and things like that. So that is the plan for right over here as well. I don't think I'm gonna do anything more over here, like I already said. I think this area over here is just gonna be the main crop area. But I am thinking that I should do something over here. And I'm not sure what I should do over here, which is the biggest question. So if any one of you watching has any ideas, I would very much appreciate it. But I do have one thing to show you that I did forget to show you when I started this episode. I actually did some kind of improvements over here. I put some sand right here for the sugarcane, and I also put some sea pickles in the water to give it a little bit of light and to make sure no mobs could spawn in the sugarcane, because mobs can actually spawn in sugarcane because sugarcane has no hitbox. So that is a very big problem when it comes to sugarcane farms. If you're not careful, you have to make sure you light it up. But over here I did the same thing with the sea pickles. I actually put some more sea pickles in here to light up this area a little bit more. But I don't think I'm going to be doing anything over here in regards to anything. I might put a couple like flowers and make this more of a flower garden. So I'll get rid of all this grass and stuff and just make this like a flower garden area. Probably along this edge and maybe along this edge. I'm not quite sure what I want to do right now for this area, but that's something we'll probably do in a future episode, because for right now we're only going to focus on this area, and then we're going to do one other thing for this episode. Gosh, that was a very weird trail off. Okay guys, we are back. I got everything finished. My diamond hoe barely lost any durability. 1,360 out of 1,561. Pretty good. I bone mealed everything up, as you saw in that little short clip I put into the video. I bone mealed basically everything up just to make it look better and not have to wait for everything to grow, so we could actually see what it looked like when everything was fully grown. And it looks pretty good, I gotta say. Over here where the carrots and the potatoes merge, it's kind of hard to tell because they're kind of the same texture. You can kind of see the carrots are a little bit taller and the potatoes are a little bit shorter, but it's kind of hard because the textures, they're not that too distinguishable. It is a lighter color than this green, but it's also a little hard to tell because it's shorter as well. So like you might not be able to tell that that's a potato because it kind of looks like not a fully grown carrot from like back here. If you didn't know any better, I would say that it's a carrot if I wasn't looking close enough to see that you could see the colors of the potatoes through the textures of the carrot. So I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. In 1.14, they're redoing the textures, and the textures for carrots, potatoes, and wheat and beetroot look amazing. So I'm waiting. I can't wait to see what this kind of looks like in 1.14. I might do a little bit better of a job, make it a little bit wider, and see how that looks. But for right now, I'll just leave it like that. I also put all the daylight sensors on to the top of these. What is the redstone lamps? I accidentally crafted a couple of redstone lamps that I didn't need because I already had a lot. So that was an unfortunate event that I did there. So I'm gonna actually put some of this stuff away over here. There we go. We actually have room because we had some daylight sensors in there already. We just crafted a whole bunch. So now that that is completed for today, we're gonna move on to our next project. And before that, I actually need to before we move on, I should take a look at this from the sky really quickly. And let's go over here. And yeah, that looks so much better and all. Coming in from over here, man, we got some mobs spawning. We really need to... Oh, jeez, the death trap over there. Let's get over here. So yeah, I think this looks so much better. It gives this little spot a little bit more character and makes it feel a little bit more lively. You can actually see that potato and carrot difference from all the way up here, which is kind of cool. And I still need to spawn proof my little hillside there a little bit. But I also thought of something. I came over here to move this horse, this brown horse, out of the way while I was hoeing some land or tilling some land. And this horse was over here, and I brought this one over here. I was like, horse pen. Perfect idea for this spot area. So that is something to look on in the future that I need to write down somewhere. I'll probably put it on a sign and put a sign over there saying, put a horse pin over there. But we're not going to do that right now. We're actually going to get into the main project we're going to be doing in this episode. And that is working on a smelter array. And you may be wondering, why smelter array? And I'll say, because this one's not going to cut it. And I kind of want a bigger one, so I'm going to make a bigger one. So we're going to go down to this blast furnace area over here. All the way down over here. That I did in the beginning of the season, but made it into this weird nethery area, which just looks horrible now that I think about it. And I don't know why I ever thought this was a great idea at all. This is what happens when you're young and then you get older, you're like, this was stupid. Why did I ever do like this? I like the blast furnaces. I might keep some of them. I might put them somewhere else. I'm not sure. I'll probably tone it down, like take a little more, move, like I won't leave all 6 of them in here, or all 6 on one side. I'll probably put like 1 and 2 in the middle or something like that, and just have like 2 of these in here just for like nostalgia purposes or something like that. But the walls are going to be basically turned into a super smelter. And that is the plan for this area. That's what we're going to do right now. And the main reason for that is I need a lot of glass for the, my cactus farm, because of how much glass is required and how much sand I need to smelt for that. I could trade for all the glass, but I'm not going to do that. That's going to take forever. And I'm really not looking forward to trading all those emeralds for like just glass. So I'm just going to be smelting some stuff down. I also have a lot of this diorite. You may be wondering, okay, why diorite in relationship to the smelter area? Well, let me show you. It has the main reason why the diorite's down here is because I've added a nifty little thing. I thought there was some cobblestone down here, but I guess I'll go up here. I added something nifty to this data pack, this crafting data pack, the recipe data pack that I made for this world, and that has to do with diorite and granite as 2 different things that I've given some interesting recipes for. Let's see, I need some cobblestone to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about. So let's go over here. So, for those that don't know, these andesite, diorite, and granite are actually craftable. And you can see it in the book right here. If you have some diorite and you need some andesite, you can get some andesite if you have some cobblestone and diorite. So you can turn your diorite into andesite if you don't want to like just throw it out, because diorite's not the best looking block in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, which is really cool. So it gives it a use. It gives diorite a use. You can also turn that diorite into granite with 1 nether quartz and a diorite block to get some granite, but you can also get diorite. Oh, we don't have enough quartz. That's why. We only have 1 quartz. You can also turn, we can just get rid of this and see diorite. Diorite. So is this the recipe? No. This is the recipe right here. You can actually turn cobblestone into diorite with some nether quartz. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting, and I can get nether quartz from diorite technically if I just manipulated the recipe in a certain way. And then I thought, oh, would you look at that? We have crafting recipes for furnaces. And lo and behold, you can make it so that diorite smelts into nether quartz. And you can also do that for granite as well. And that's really cool. This is actually on double speed, which is an error in my coding for this recipe, so I need to actually fix that. So now we can actually turn diorite and granite into nether quartz, because nether quartz isn't actually a very valuable resource either. So, renewable. It's very valuable. It isn't renewable. So I was like, might as well do that. So that's why we're going to build the smelter down there right now and get rid of all that diorite. So that's the plan for right now. We can also do that with soul sand, is the main way you get nether quartz. And I also put a crafting recipe in for soul sand. So yeah, that is a little cool thing just to let you guys know on. I'm still working on the video for that data pack, so I'll get that out as soon as I can. But for right now, I'm going to go tear up everything in this blast furnace room right here and refurbish it to look more like this area and begin working on making the blast or the super smelter down here a little bit. So in the next cut, you're gonna see a totally different and new and better looking area than it once was. So I'll be right back. After several hours, the super smelter is completed, guys. I am so happy. This took me so long in fact that I cannot remember if I discussed to you what my plans were. And I think I did, but I'll do a really quick recap and explain to you what I have done now. So originally, I think I told you guys I was gonna turn the blast furnace room walls, the blast furnace room walls, man, that's a tongue twister, and put the walls with furnaces around them and have a little minecart system going around like that. Well, I changed my mind on that, and I decided to just to turn the entire room into a super smelter because there was a lot of empty space and I wanted to use up all that space. So I'm going to show you guys the redstone right now. I'm actually not going to make it work because there's a lot of lag right now and it just doesn't look right when I activate it. So I'm just going to describe what's going on in spectator mode. So right here we have our two shulker boxes, which are the output chests basically, and I'm using shulker boxes because I can come in here and break the shulker box when it's full and then place the shulker box back when I am done with it, like so. I've already smelted up a little bit of glass, as you can see, and I've already smelted up all the diorite I was going to show you. Don't worry that it's in block form. My data pack allows me to craft it and uncraft it when it's in block form to give back the quartz, just like how diorite is able to be smelted into quartz like my data pack does. So yeah, that's that. I'm using, like I said, I'm using shulker boxes because it's easy to move around, and it's basically how I'm going to be bringing these items to anyways. Right now I have some sand from the cactus farm to smelt up to turn into some glass to use for that project, but that's besides the point. This is there's two sides. Each side has 100 furnaces, so it's a 200 furnace smelting system. This is the input for the items and the input for the coal. And this is the on lever. When the light is on, the system is off. So let's get into some spectator mode. Game mode spectator. There we go. And let's just look at the redstone really quick. So right now the system is off. So this redstone line is on. And that means that this collection system right here is off because these redstone torches are off, as you saw right there. Right here we have Il Mango's unloading hopper minecart unloading station. I used this in the mob farm I did last episode, so it was very useful for this design right here because it's tileable and it's one wide, and it's very space efficient basically. And then all the items get spit out here into this item stream collection area. Right now it is going into one little area. Everything gets converged into one area, which is this bubble column. I'm actually going to make it 2 bubble columns and separate the sides as you saw with these shulker boxes. So everything on this side is going to go to that shulker box and everything on this side is going to go to that shulker box. The hoppers could not keep up with the amount of items both sides produce at once, so I need to split it up into 2 different sections. So that's why I'm doing that. So once everything gets activated, the redstone activates, these chest minecarts come all the way over here and go down this way. To prevent the chest minecarts from coming back all the way back here, I have this little redstone system that pushes this block down to prevent them from bouncing back. And I just used a little bit of redstone trickery here to do this correctly. These pistons get powered first, but can't push the block down until that gets moved out of the way. And once you turn the system off, the block gets pulled up first and the rail gets extended. That's how that works there. And we have some observers updating the pistons to push the block down because they need updating afterwards. We have a little bit of delay, as you can see, and then this system over here locks the timer right here. And this right here is a timer that's a little bit long to help the minecarts get into sync, so that they are not like one's further ahead than the other. So that's why I did hit that. And then there's this timer right here, which times just enough so that 80 items get into all these chest minecarts. And this one actually gets 79 because the redstone clock is a little bit... It's not as accurate. It can't be as accurate just with the circumstances. So I have to deal with that. And it fills up with 80 items so that every time it goes over, every time the system fires, each furnace gets 8 items. And with coal or charcoal, that's 8 items smelted and no fuel is wasted. We don't use double hoppers on the fuel input because I don't need that much fuel in each of these furnaces. 40 is enough, so that's 4 per furnace, so that's a decent amount. This was actually the hardest circuit to do in my opinion because of the redstone. I had to figure out how to make sure that all the hoppers were empty and that this was the only hopper with items in it. And I just used this piston right here with this redstone block that locks this hopper, and then this redstone prevents this piston from pushing, which allows this block to have all its items inputted out of it because this block pushes over here. So that's basically how it works. We also have a pulse extender right here, and that it just extends the pulse out to allow all the items to go into the furnaces. So I might show this off in a future episode, but for now I'm not going to show it off, and that is going to be where we end today's episode, guys. I hope you do enjoy. I will show this off in the next episode for you, but for right now, it's just too laggy. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see any more of my content. And my name is Arum, and I will see you guys in the next episode.